Hey everybody, Amanda here, and today we're going to talk about 10 common Facebook marketing mistakes that can destroy your campaign. Even promotion veterans make some of the most common marketing blunders on Facebook. Even the best seem to be prone to these common missteps. It's a smart idea to become aware of these mistakes now if you want to save a lot of resources, energy, and money in the future. This will reduce the possibility that you'll make the same mistakes again. Mistake number 1. Beginning paid advertising with a bang. Start your paid campaign slowly. Begin with a free campaign to create your following organically, then gather consumer knowledge before putting together an experimental paid advertising strategy. Begin low and gradually increase over time. The very worst thing that you can do is start with a huge budget and no idea with what you're doing. Mistake 2. Launching a sponsored ad with an undeveloped page. If your business page is still fresh or there isn't much activity yet, you might want to wait before launching a sponsored promotion. You don't yet have enough data on your target audience to run an effective paid campaign. Before running ads, be sure to have a good amount of organic engagement and followers. Otherwise, you could come off looking kind of scammy. Mistake number 3. Using mass content post with discovery tools. Some companies employ a one-size-fits-all Facebook mass advertising technique. What they do is they find various Facebook groups and pages, and then they use this technology to flood those places. Don't do it. When you do this, you're not actually doing your business any favors. What you're actually doing is spamming, and some people will not only find it annoying, but it'll get you kicked out of pages and groups. If you do this, it's only a matter of time before you get banned. Number 4, promoting direct sales page links. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, or whatever it is that they say. Similarly, you can get a lot of people to click on your links on Facebook, but don't assume they'll convert once they go to your sales page. Why aren't people buying? After all, they did click on your offer, didn't they? The answer is that they have not been adequately qualified. In some situations, people just click out of curiosity. They probably even click by accident. Whatever the situation may be, you didn't gain a new customer. Posting direct links isn't a good idea. You have to earn trust from people first in order to build credibility. Number 5, taking random content and curating it just based on keywords. I know it might be tempting, but you can't just set up Facebook publishing tools to take any and all stuff from Facebook that has anything to do with your keywords and then blast it out. When you do that, once again, you're spamming. You have to be extremely deliberate and attentive about the types of material that you identify with your brand, whether curated or not. If you're not 100% sure that it's on brand with your local business, then don't post it. Number 6, repeatedly rotating and republishing the same content. Have you ever been to a Facebook page and noticed that all of the material appears to have been republished many times in the same day or even the same week? This method is based on the idea that the more people who see the content on Facebook, the more likely they are to click on it. But to your local customer base, it just looks like you're repeatedly spamming your page fans. So don't be shocked if they unlike or unfollow your page. Number 7, ads optimized in bulk. Paid advertisements are the root of yet another typical beginner error on Facebook. If you find that one of your campaigns is just not performing, it's tempting to just create a new ad by entirely replacing it with one that looks completely different. But whenever you do this, you have no idea which element of the new ad is working or not. You're basically just shooting into the dark. If the performance of your ad improves, you have no idea what triggered the boost. You gotta have a strategy or technique in place to track where the rise in click-through and eventually conversion rates is originating from. Simply changing out ads in their entirety or in part doesn't provide you with the data you need to make informed decisions. Have only one variable at a time, and then tweak slowly as you look at your statistics. Number 8, copying and pasting a competitor's marketing approach. Some marketers are so sloppy that they'll just look at their competitors' advertising and essentially just copy them. Of course, they won't copy word for word, but they'll still fail. Why is this? Your competitors have spent a lot of money optimizing the advertising that they serve. Their ads are effective. But if you try to replicate them verbatim, you're not going to get a competitive edge. You can't just duplicate someone else's advertisement without knowing what you're doing. In reality, only a minority of your competitors' ads actually bring results. You don't know what part it is if you don't know what you're doing, so you're essentially taking a blind stab at your ad's design. You might be saying the wrong thing at the right moment, or the perfect thing to the wrong audience. You'll eventually fail. Number 9, quitting paid marketing too soon. Many inexperienced Facebook marketers have a one-time, big-time approach. They've heard how valuable Facebook traffic is, so they set aside some of their hard-earned, precious funds to execute an ad campaign. If the campaign fails to meet their expectations, they're too eager to call it quits and abandon Facebook ads entirely. Just because things aren't going well doesn't mean you have to abandon the project entirely. You can pause certain campaigns and launch new ones while still maintaining the same budget. You can make changes to your current campaigns. Finally, number 10, failing like a massive train wreck. Have you ever witnessed a train disaster in slow motion? It's sad because it's all too predictable, yet you can't turn your head and walk away. You want to know what's going to happen next. You know what's going to happen in the back of your mind, but it's so slow and big that you can't help but look. The same can be said for your Facebook marketing campaign. You're aware that the ad is underperforming, but you can't pinpoint the problem. So you simply go through the motions like a deer caught in headlights. Why not choose to quickly learn how to fail? Learn to accept the fact that you're not going to hit 100% of your shots. Learn to fail quickly on a small budget. You can carry out a variety of experiments this way. It's okay if a large number of them are flops. You only invested a modest amount of money to figure out which ads were successful. If you're a small business owner or entrepreneur, it's really important that you grasp the significance of the errors that I listed earlier. Think of yourself in scenarios where these mistakes are likely to happen. Learn how to recognize them ahead of time, and that way you can prepare a backup plan in case you make any of these mistakes. Okay, everybody, subscribe and rate if you found any of this useful. My name's Amanda, and if you enjoy small business or entrepreneur hacks and tips, please come back again. Adios.